Hi, class of 2022. I'm Mrs. Markowitz, one of the school counselors here at Centennial. And yes, you are next year's seniors, so welcome to the registration process. This year is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be online. So I'm going to walk you through the registration process, how to complete the forms, where to find the link, which will be on Centennial's webpage under the guidance tab. And then you'll also be able to access the curriculum guide to help you answer any questions if you have questions while filling out your form. Let's get started. So this is what the registration form will look like. I'm going to hop over to the Centennial webpage so that you can see where you'll access the form. So under St. Lucie West Centennial's homepage, if you hover over the guidance tab, you'll see a guidance homepage. From here, there are, as you can see, a list of all your guidance counselors. So if you need to email one of us, if you have questions about the form, you're welcome to do that. But the form will appear at the top of the page, so right up here. It'll have, you're going to be Rising 12th, so make sure you fill out the correct form. You're looking for the Rising 12th registration form, and this is where you'll find it. So let's hop back over to the form. Right here at the very top, and this will appear on every page, is the link to the curriculum guide. You can go through this. If you have any questions while you're filling out the form, you can access it at any time. So back to the form. In the curriculum guide, it's not just a list of your courses and descriptions of the courses, which are in the back of the book. There's lots of valuable information in there, so you can always reference it. The guide is actually on the guidance homepage as well, all the time. So you can find your graduation requirements. There's dual enrollment, advanced placement, descriptions of what those are, how to meet the requirements for the ACE diploma, etc. Just a review of your graduation requirements, 24 credits, a minimum GPA of 2.0, and passing the 2 standardized tests. You can reference here as well the concordance scores for your reading and math test requirements. And then for the 24 credit and the 18 credit diplomas, both are standard diplomas, there is a list of the required courses. Accelerated courses are going to include your ACE, dual enrollment, and advanced placement, or AP. Remember, for the ACE, you need an application. Although you as 12th graders, I'm going to point out when we're going through the choices that you can take some classes as 12th graders, for example, the English Lit, without completing the application. Dual enrollment, 3.0 minimum, and that's a cumulative GPA. You also need qualifying test scores. Advanced placement, teacher recommendation. If you want to sign up for an advanced placement course, I encourage you to do so, and we will forward that request to the teacher for their approval. As far as ACE, if you need clarification on the different groups and the courses you need to sign up for, that's on here as well. When you're choosing your electives, make sure to be aware, and I'll point those out to you. Some require an approval from an instructor, and some have prerequisites, so I'll point those out as we're going through the form. Options for making up a failed class. You can do Edgenuity, credit recovery after school or on campus during the day in your schedule, Florida Virtual School or Mosaic, and you can also repeat the class, so keep that in mind as well. So here we go. Start filling out the form. We're going to put in our last name, first name, your student ID number, and then personal email. So if you have an email address that you check often, put that in there. If you don't, you can use your school ID, or rather your school email. And then here, you're going to put in your cell phone numbers. So what best describes your choices for after high school? Again, this isn't written in stone. It just gives us an idea of where you're going from here. So I'm going to check university. And then you just click next to go to the next page. Notice again that your curriculum guide is always available for you to check back to reference that. So for English, you're going to choose one. So notice a class that has a red asterisk next to it, that means this is a mandatory field. So for English, if you are not sure which class is best for you, you can ask the English teacher whose class you're in now. Here I was talking about before with ACE, if you'd like to take a more challenging English class, you can choose ACE English Literature. English 4 Honors, ACE General Paper are choices as well. So I'm going to pick ACE Literature. For math, if you haven't completed geometry, you must choose geometry. It is required to graduate. If you haven't taken Algebra 2 yet, your choices would be Liberal Arts Math 2, Algebra 2, Algebra 2 Honors, Financial Algebra, Math for College Readiness. Again, check with your current math teacher as to which one would be the best choice for you. If you've completed Algebra 2 and Geometry already, these are some more advanced math classes that you can choose. Notice dual enrollment math is here. Of course, you must meet the requirements, meaning completed student success skills and have the qualifying PERT score, but that's going to be an option for on campus. So if you are wanting to do that, you click here and then make sure that you reach out to me at some point. Science classes. So for science, it's probably not required for you in your senior year. You would have already completed 3 credits. And by the way, if you want to know the credits that you've earned thus far, you can always check Skyward under the graduation requirement screen. So even if you've already taken 3 science, it's strongly recommended to take another science course in your senior year if you're going to university. Notice the red asterisk, so you do have to choose one. At the end of the form, there'll be a choice for an abbreviated schedule, and if you do not intend to take the science class, then you can list it as one of the ones you want to drop. I'm going to go for those challenging courses and check AP Bio. Social Studies, so you're going to do a half a credit of government and a half a credit of economics. You would choose either that or the honors course. If you choose AP Government, that is a full credit, so you're going to have that on your schedule for the full year. So you would also need economics, so that'll result in 1.5 credits. So if you're doing AP Government, you want to click here. If you've already done economics, say through dual enrollment, that again can be something you can add at the end of the form as a course you want to drop. So Hope class, I've already taken Hope. I'm going to click here. And there are waivers. So if you've done 2 years of, let's say, marching band or JROTC, that would count. You can get credit for your Hope waiver there as well. Next page. Again, here's your curriculum guide. So here we're going to be choosing electives. So we're asking that you choose 4. So your first 3 are going to be your top 3 choices, and then the 4th choice would be kind of like an alternate. Again, as a senior, as long as you have a 2.0 GPA and don't need additional courses, you can choose for an abbreviated schedule. So you may want to list the electives that you're not going to take. But for now, you're going to go ahead and choose an elective. Keep in mind, under these choices is your language credits. They're not required for graduation. However, they are required for Bright Future Scholarship, and they are required at 4-year universities. If you have not taken your foreign language credit to date, you may want to choose the double block of Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. You can earn both those credits in 1 year. So click on here. Your band choices are at the top. Notice the director approval. Regardless of which level you're in, just check, for example, just concert band, and then Mr. Host will let us know where you should be placed, the appropriate section. Keep in mind, as you're going through the electives, you'll see here must have completed 2D art. So in other words, if you didn't have 2D art, you cannot be placed in drawing. So we've listed next to the electives the prerequisite classes, so please pay attention to those as well. So when choosing, just go through the form. There's French 2, Spanish 2. Here's your double block of Spanish. Notice we've indicated that it'll count as 2 credits. Gaming and simulation. So here are all of your technology-based courses. Digital video technology, again, marked here as a double block. So if you've already completed 1 and you're moving to 2, 3, it's a double block. So that's going to count as 2 credits. Scrolling down, as you get towards the bottom of the form, so you see everything is listed here. As you get towards the bottom, these courses, starting with team sports, all the PE classes, and then your psychology, sociology, social media, all of these are half-credit classes. Notice we've added African American History, which is a half credit, African American History Honors, which is a half credit. Those are new this year. So keep in mind, if you're choosing one of those, when you choose another elective, you can choose another half credit, or we'll have to pair one up for you. Some more challenging electives are listed right here. These are your ACE electives. So I'm going to go ahead and choose, I think I'll choose criminal justice too. So notice that's going to show up as my first choice elective. The second, third, and fourth choices are exactly the same. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on something. I think I'll go to theater. And last, I'm going to take my second year of Spanish. So if I'm interested in abbreviated schedule, you want to make sure you click it here as yes. Which courses do you want to drop? We are not going to assume that you don't want to take any electives. You may want to keep 1 or 2 of your electives on your schedule. So the classes you want to drop should be included here. So I'm going to put science and band. Keep in mind also that if you sign up for an ACE course or an AP course and are approved to take those, that is a commitment you're making for the year. We will not be dropping those. So don't choose one of those if you intend to drop it. Then you're going to simply hit submit and your form will be recorded. And please make sure to do this as soon as possible. So make a little note in your agenda to go home tonight. This is part of your homework. But we are going to give you a deadline. They're going to be due by March 5th. So you want to submit your form by March 5th. And keep in mind, if you don't do a form on your own, we will have to do one for you. You must register for next year. All right, you are our seniors, so counting on you to do it and do it quickly.